So I'm trying to turn this car into this car. God, it feels good to be back. Welcome back, everybody. You might notice that the car's looking a bit different. I'm in the Corsa today. If you haven't been watching the channel, well, you should be. If you haven't been, you should know that I've got a new Corsa project I'm currently working on. However, today we're doing something a little bit different, but a little bit old, what we used to do, which is putting in some cheap Temu mods into my Corsa. So we're going to start off with interior stuff because it is still winter in England and I've been on the ground for the past half an hour trying to find out what's wrong with my other car. No luck. So instead, we're going to be doing this instead and hopes that everything goes well. It won't, because it never does. But let's get started. This needs some serious love. Now, that's all ruined. That's just looking a bit old and scratchy, and I don't like it. So we've got a new one from Temu. Once again, you can never understand the instructions from these bad boys, but we're going to put this on and we're going to see if it, well, first of all, we've got to see if it even fits. Normally they don't. This bad boy has glue on it. I have zero interest in glue, and I just want to get this bad boy off. So hopefully, now it looks pretty damn broken. We can now, hopefully, it's loosened up. Ooh. Punch myself in the face. There you go. Easier than expected. I mean, this that bit is supposed to be like silver. You can see a tiny bit there. This is not what it's supposed to look like. I don't want it looking like this. Now, I'm assuming this little spring here is of some importance. So we're going to just tuck him away, and then we need to get this whole thing out. Oh, the springs obviously do the reversing. This, you've got to get the clips out on this bad boy. There we go. Lovely. And that, if anybody cares, is the inside to a Corsa C gearbox thing. And this is the cover for it. So now we'll get swapped over into the Temu one, see if it looks any better. Now, they don't mention that it doesn't come with any of this plastic stuff, which is obviously to do with actually connecting down there, and I think also just to keep structural integrity. Lovely. Honestly, the Temu one is not the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It actually comes with the zip tie as well. This could genuinely be a good purchase. I highly doubt it, but it could be. So we got a little bad boy through, and then the zip tie goes round this bit. That is on. Looks very long. I'm hoping it will look better when it's compressed down. So look. Lovely. So say goodbye to our brand new hull. Say hello to the old gear stick. Is that good? That should go in there. I think that might be my fault. Yeah. Okay. Cool. There you go. Obviously, I don't want it twisted, but I can untwist it later. Other way, Joseph. Lovely. Look at that. Okay, I see you. I like it. Now for the test. Does the gear knob work? Does it look good? Is it the right gear knob? Looks like it might be. So look, shall we? Now, it's not the greatest quality gear knob I've ever felt in my life. It's still a plastic one, but I'm doing this more for like an aesthetical change really than anything at the moment, because I wasn't a fan of the way that one looked. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but that looks a world, and I mean a world better than this one. Once again, I mean, this is from Temu. I like this. Like, I do, and I mean, gears still work. Still going to reverse. I think I can go to reverse anyway. Yeah, well, that's an issue for another day. I can just go straight to reverse for no reason. But we'll figure that out at another point. Why that's happening. Oh well, anyway, I like it. I think that looks actually good for a Temu piece. On to the next. If you guys are enjoying any of the stuff I'm doing in the Corsa, the fixing the Temu stuff, let me know what you're more of. Obviously, I'm getting the Corsa fixed up, so I'm waiting for parts of that. So for the moment, I'm just going to do some little bits to try and just sprucing up the bits that need sprucing up. Like that, for example. Anyway, on to my next challenge, which I'm not sure will work, but we're going to give it a go anyway. Up here, I have these lovely lights. When you open it, does that. Now, I don't like it. Well, I do like it. It's normal. It's nice. It's fine. I have a colour scheme in mind for this car. The same colour scheme I want to wrap it. The same colour scheme I want all the lights to look like, including those ones, which we will get to later. And I just want to see if I can change these to the colour scheme I want. So we're going to give it a go, as we do with everything we try here. So after a little bit of time and a little bit of dirtying up my ceiling, I will put that back properly. This comes off very different to the one that does in my Seat. So at the moment, obviously, we've got this bad boy in there, which is the normal bulb. We don't want this. Well, we want to keep it safe, because obviously, if these ones don't work, we're going to be in trouble. So instead we have these ones. They're LED. Once again, everything here is from my favourite Chinese supermarket, Temu. This is like 30p or something. These are purple ones. We're going to see. I don't actually think they're the right size, but this is why we do what we do on this channel, so you guys don't waste your money, obviously. It's obviously not because I'm broke or want to make YouTube channel videos, but yeah, we move. What I expected. So miraculously, without bending any parts of the car, it seems to fit wonderfully and perfectly now. So if we just sort of rest it back in there and see if it actually makes a difference. That is very bright. Oh, I kind of like that. I mean, it's stupid and probably not legal, but I don't think it comes on during the day. I think it only comes on when the door opens in this car. There's no option to turn it on otherwise. I like it. I'm a fan. So far, it's two out of 3 things from Temu are actually working for me. This never happens. Like, this is insane. We've actually got 2 things I think are upgrades. Well, upgrades, mods, whatever you want to call them. Anyway, on to the last but not least, and definitely going to be the longest one. Let's go. Oh my god, dear lord, I accidentally put my foot on the accelerator and hit it again. Yeah. I wish I could keep it like that. I can't, because I can't drive it without exhaust. Oh well. Anyway, this is why I said last but not least. I don't want to do these ones, if I'm honest with you, because I had to look into how to do them after I bought them, and I don't think they're going to be very fun, but I'm not a quitter. Mama didn't raise no quitter, so we're going to try. And in case you didn't know what they are, behind this cluster here, let me close the door so you don't hear my car obnoxiously revving, there are lights. Now you can't really see them in the day, you can see them a tiny bit there. You see what lights up a tiny bit? Yeah, so those are just the normal ones, same as this, you know, your normal standard OEM lights. These are purple ones. They're going to want to match those ones. Now, this to get out, from what I've seen, is a bit of a struggle. You have to take off this bottom plate, this top plate, this bit up here, and then there's more bolts inside. I think I can do it. I have a seriously large ego, and I'm going to give it a go in my car impromptu on a random Wednesday. So let's try. After about genuinely half an hour of that, I managed to get the screw off for this bottom bit. And from what I saw, now it sort of just clips off. Now I'm a bit scared, because obviously this is involving around the airbag compartment, and the last thing I want is to get an airbag in the face. So I'm trying to be careful, but you know how these things go. Yeah, I think the top should just pop off now. There we go. Lovely. First part done. Oh, it's looking a bit scary. Now this bit has 2 more screws in. There's the first one just here. Now, the last time it was hand tight, so I'm hoping. There we are. Oops. And now I believe it's this bit to come out, and then you can take the whole thing out. Obviously once disconnecting it, so let's go to it. So obviously, knowing me, I was trying to do it the cowboy way. This has been a bit of a mess. Basically, let me tell you what's happened. So far, how I did it was I took the top trim off, the bottom trim off. Then I realised this needs to come off. I couldn't get it off, so instead I managed to get my screwdriver in there and get those bits off. That is now free and ready to come out, but it doesn't fit through the hole. So instead, I have to get this bit off, which comes from the bottom here. However, it's already missing a screw, so when I did one of them, it fell off, which means somebody cooked here. And now it is just left to get that bit of trim off. So my screwdriver fell apart, and then pull it all out. So let's do that now. Beautiful. Ignore the noise. Bam. Right. Now this bad boy, she comes out. There's one connect on the back there. try not to break that. So just bit it down. See how she comes out. It's looking like it's just a cheeky little pulley clippy thingy. And voila! The instrument cluster is mine. Now, I don't know how the lights go in this. I don't know anything about these. I've gone this far. This is the state of my car now. I'm doing it in my car. Buy me a unit. Some buy me a unit. So we are now going to figure out. I think I can see where they go. It looks like it could potentially be those, like the screw bits. I'm not sure. I don't really want to open it up. I'm going to have a look and see if that's that first, and then we'll see from there. So after some more investigating, these little bits, right, these bits, they're in the back, these seem to be the lights. That seems to be it, from what I can find out. So we're going to now see if we can replace these bad boys. There's in the camera. And see if it works. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have some disappointing news. After spending about 2 hours ripping my dashboard apart to get to it, I found the lights need to change. I thought they were originally underneath them, like the mat and the needles. They weren't, so I took that apart as well. This has been a bit of work. So initially, what I first thought was the indicator bulb. Turns out they all look the same, so they all look like this. Now, these bits, when you twist them around, they're inside the circuit board. That's how they get power. Now, the ones I ordered from our favourite Chinese supermarket look a bit more like, when I get it out, this. You can see the issue I'm having. Unless I was to make my own sort of like inductor, my hair, to obviously give it power, that's not going to work. Now, that's disappointing because obviously I've taken it all apart. I can't put these ones in. I don't really want to break the old ones and use the bits of metal from that because I don't know if it's going to work, and then I've got nothing. So instead, it sounds like a stupid idea, I know, I'm going to leave the car in this state, this state, with everything everywhere, because it's a pain. This is a horrendous thing to do. Leave the car in this state, and then just make sure next time I order ones, I order the right ones, because I do want to change the color because I hate it. Like I had my old Astra, that had a very similar color. It was like an orange color, and it's jarring. It jars me. So I don't want to do that. So instead of putting all back together, take all apart again soon, I am just going to leave it as it is for now. And then when I get a chance, put all that together with the right bulbs. Or I might take this one with me because I need to obviously have one to look at and see whether or not there's any way that I can, and if anyone else got any ideas of how to basically fabricate the bits to go in it. I'm thinking about just taking the metal off this one, but then obviously I don't want to break it. So yeah, but we're gonna have a look. But obviously I don't want to end it on a disappointing note, so we're gonna do one last thing, because the two first things, incredible. I love it. I love the new gear stick, love the new lights. That's a bummer, but I didn't expect everything to go properly, because obviously why would it? But we're gonna end on a good note, so let me get there. So I bought some other bits for another video later on in the series, but instead we're going to do something that is necessary, I feel. This is my key. It's currently wrapped in electrical tape because otherwise it's falling apart. This is, to go with the purple theme, the pink purple theme, a purple key cover. That's what the key looks like. That's what the key looks like. Obviously we don't want that. So instead, we're going to make the key look a bit nicer. Now, I know this isn't exactly a car mod, but for my own sanity, because I don't like the way it looked, it's better. I can actually see what the buttons do. The car, for the first time in history, has enough battery to lock, but one of the indicator lights isn't working. That's a different issue. I don't know. That's not something I've seen before. But yeah, guys, that is today's video. Let me just get up because I can't bother to sit down anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Unfortunately, obviously that last bit was a bit of a disappointment, but what can you do? These things happen when you order stuff online and don't double check it first on me. But at least now it's taken apart, I can have a look, find the right bits, send them off and get them done. Well, not send them off, do it myself, get them sent, get it done. But thank you guys anyway, and obviously if you're enjoying this series, if you want to see the more Temu bits, if you want to see more, it just locked by itself, if you want to see more bits and pieces on the Corsa, fixing up, getting it ready to go, then please like, subscribe, share, you know, all the whole bits. And also if you want to see me get a haircut, that's that too. But thank you guys once again, and tune in next time. I'm going to do the next video in a couple of days, so I'll see you there.